What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Friday, April 29th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, NBA playoffs. Let's take a look at this NBA showdown between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we got two studs on the slate here tonight. The first one from the Memphis Grizzlies is Ja Morant, and he's averaging 47.1 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 33 minutes per game with a 34% usage rate. He's projected at 49.6 fantasy points here tonight, but he's been crushing it lately, so I think he can score 50 fantasy points or more. He scored 65, 46, and 52 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 44, 33, and 40 minutes. He's $11,800 DraftKings salary. Vegas thinks there's going to be 229 points scored in this game, so I like Ja Morant here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, and for the Minnesota Timberwolves, the stud on the slate is Karl Anthony Towns. He's averaging 46.8 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 33 minutes per game with a 28% usage rate, projected at 48.4 fantasy points here tonight. He scored 55, 57, and 24 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 34, 42, and 32 minutes. He's $11,000 DraftKings salary, so I like Karl Anthony Towns here versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, coming down in salary, you got Anthony Edwards at $9,400 DraftKings salary. I'm a little hesitant to pay up for Anthony Edwards. Now, he's coming off of a bad game, only scored 24 fantasy points last game, played 34 minutes, but he could have a big bounce back game here and put up 40 plus fantasy points. But I think if I'm going to pay up for a stud, I'm just going to go with Karl Anthony Towns or Ja Morant. But another guy that I like, if you're coming down in salary here, is Desmond Bain from the Memphis Grizzlies playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Desmond Bain has averaged 31.8 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 30 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. He's projected at 35.5 fantasy points here tonight, but I do think he can score 40 fantasy points or more. He's $8,600 DraftKings salary, and he scored 42, 48, and 46 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 44, 34, and 40 minutes. So I like Desmond Bain here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Now, coming down in salary even more, I like Brandon Clark from the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, Brandon Clark has averaged 22.3 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 19 minutes per game. But I was wondering why he wasn't playing more minutes, because this guy's averaging 1.18 fantasy points per minute. He scored 47, 31, and 32 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 36, 28, and 29 minutes. He's $8,000 DraftKings salary, so I like Brandon Clark. And for 8,200, you could go with D'Angelo Russell from the Minnesota Timberwolves. He scored 30, 25, and 43 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 38, 34, and 38 minutes. So it's pretty much a coin flip between D'Angelo Russell and Brandon Clark. I think both these guys got 40 plus fantasy point upside here tonight. So I like both those guys, just depending on how you build your lineup. Now, coming down in salary even more, he's playing a lot of minutes. He's got 35 plus fantasy point upside. Take a look at Dylan Brooks from the Memphis Grizzlies. He's averaging 29.2 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 28 minutes per game with a 29% usage rate. Now, he scored 21, 32, and 20 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 35, 34, and 36 minutes. So he does look a little bit weak for his production, but he's playing a ton of minutes, so he could go out there and put up 35 plus fantasy points because he's averaging 1.02 fantasy points per minute. So if he plays 35 minutes, he should get around 35 fantasy points. He's only 7,000 DraftKings salary. So I like Dylan Brooks here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
And if you're looking for a value play, you got a couple of options here. For the Memphis Grizzlies, you got Tyus Jones, who's averaging 20.5 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 21 minutes per game. Scored 19, 25, and 26 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 20, 21, and 14 minutes. He's 4,800 DraftKings salary. So Tyus Jones is a good value play. And then for the Minnesota Timberwolves, the value play is Jared Vanderbilt, who's averaging 23 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 25 minutes per game. And between the two of these guys, I think I would go with Jared Vanderbilt. He scored 22, 28, and 36 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 22, 34, and 32 minutes. And he's 4,600 DraftKings salary. So I like Jared Vanderbilt as a value play here versus the Memphis Grizzlies.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.